Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast number 4. This is my reflection video of my fourth term here at New England College. I'm a master's student. I'm doing my master's in data science and analytics. And yeah, welcome to my reflection. So, right now I'm doing my internship in a company called Granite Logistics. It is an agent from Trinity Logistics. It's a much larger logistics company. So just a quick overall, we are a third-party logistics that we basically give or provide transportation services for big customers in the whole United States. Let's say Caterpillar moving big machinery or moving parts, or any sort of customers or projects, Bladner Energies, any kind of projects. We basically try to provide the transportation services for them so they're tailored to the customer needs. So this is my first complete term at Granite Logistics. Here, compared to the last few logistics companies that I worked at, they are heavily oriented to IT and to data, to be honest. In the previous companies, I was the one who was in charge on supplying the data, doing everything for my group. This time, I don't have to do any sort of data architecture, but I'm mostly focused on the data analytical part. So I'm using a lot of Power BI to generate reports, to extract data, and to work on different projects that I need to work for. So in this internship, I learned about Power BI. Before, I wasn't using it. I was using mostly R, Excel, and sometimes Python and SQL to extract the data from the database. Right now, the data is always extracted from the database and is easily accessible through Power BI. So for me, it's just easier to generate any reports. And that's one of the things that I learned. So I'm learning to work, or I'm learning to operate in a company that is more heavily into using different IT tools so we can provide a better service to the customer compared to the last two companies that I worked for. Um, that's how it relates to my studies. So basically, right now, what I'm working on is, and that is related to the semester, it's on creating a database for my group using the regular carriers that we have been using for different projects so we can better assess the customer. And we can also assess the customer performance, carrier performance, prices by analyzing the emails that we get, because we usually get emails asking us for quotes or emails of carriers providing us quotes, providing us with pricing. And thanks to the analytical, right now I'm doing text analysis. Thanks to the natural language processing tools that I'm learning, I'm able to extract information from those emails directly into insights to generate insights from there. Something else that I'm also doing is, that I want to do in the future is to be able to analyze data in real time. So basically, logistics is a very changing market. It's a very changing kind of like industry. So rates and a lot of things change instantly. For example, there's a snowstorm and the rate for tomorrow is going to be completely different than the rate for today because the capacity is going to be different. So there's always going to be more trucks in one side or the other. There's sometimes trucks not going there because there's no freight. So rates are going to come up from people that is trying to go out of those locations. That's something that I want to be able to analyze, and that's where big data comes into play. It's a massive amount of data that we can analyze. We can analyze trends, we can analyze the market to see how many loads are going out. There is different programs, or not programs, but websites that they can provide that type of data. They can tell you what's the capacity on this market, how spot freight is compared to contracted freight, and there's a lot of like multiple sort of things that we're able to analyze in order to predict if the rates are going to go up or they're going to go down. And that's extremely important for us because that's basically what we use to quote our customers, right? If they need to do a big project, we cannot, let's say, overquote them and tell them like, yeah, I can do this charging X amount of money if we don't know if the rate is going to come down or up. So the more information we have, the better for that. And that's something that I'm looking forward using those big data tools that I learned this semester next to the data analytical, not data analytical, but text analytics and natural language processing, so I can process those emails and start generating quotes for the lanes based on actual quotes and actual information instead of just what we hear or what we are sensing in the market. Well, I hope that you like my insights. Um, I'm still learning a lot. I've been working for Granite for 4 months, and I'm excited to see what I'm gonna continue learning and what we're gonna do for next semester. Thank you.